About 2 years ago, I took the camera out to where I live in the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas. My practice is a combination between farming and studio practice. So as I weave these together, it begins really with more of an observation. So I'm observing the land, and I'm observing myself on the land, observing, and then reflecting back on this. And what ends up happening is it kind of tells you what to do next. Like watching the sky, you get an idea what to do next. When you work with the soil and the plants, they tell you what it is that they need. So it's really about kind of finding that place and learning from the land and finding what it is that we do. So moving forward from there, I think the book is a good example of a deeper exploration. I was looking for all the different plants, the things that produce color, but I didn't want to represent or make, like say, a copy of those things. I wanted the plants to directly make their own impression or speak for themselves in a way. So the process I use is a combination of sometimes smashing the plants, which directly releases the pigment on the paper, and other times boiling or steaming them in bundles or in books, and that'll release the pigment. So this is all a combination of those processes. Here, these are coreopsis and other wildflowers, flowers that are from the area, and that gives yet another idea of what it is the soil can produce, how the material acts, and what it is we could learn about that. And then moving to this work, again, it's a matter of observation. These eggs were photographed using long exposure photography, eggs over 21 days as the life progressed. This method called candling is what farmers use to inspect for life and that everything is growing properly. So in that way, this takes the philosophy all the way back to Socrates, who would say that the unexamined life is not worth living. So in that case, I'm kind of that's what I'm doing. But the thing that happened that I didn't anticipate is that once you find yourself on the land and see yourself on the land, then you kind of realize that you're part of something bigger. I'm not a separate observer, and I do have an effect on this. And that's where the ethic really comes from. And the bigger idea of not doing these things for aesthetic reasons, but doing it for more the good of the whole ecosystem. And so in this way, I'm really just part of everything else.